Hey, this is James Francis. I hope you are having a great day so far. I wanted to give you this quick video tutorial in preparation for the upcoming webinar about selling high ticket offers, because the biggest question I've received about this topic is, James, how do I actually come across as an expert when I'm just a complete beginner? Or maybe you know a few things but not really enough to consider yourself an expert or guru in this topic. Well, that's what this video is all about. I'm going to give you 5 tricks to boost your authority status even if you're a complete beginner or newbie, right? So let's get started. Number 1 is to dress to impress. So dress to the top of your field. You know, look at the people at the top of your industry and look at what they wear. So for example, in my case, I'm all about business and making a profit with an online business, right? So people in my industry, typically the successful people, wear suits. They like to look a bit sharp and a bit cool, right? People in a position of authority tend to dress in a certain way. So for example, a policeman or policewoman has a uniform which identifies themselves to be that person of authority, right? Same thing with a doctor or person at the gym who's a personal trainer, for example. They all have their ways of identifying themselves as that authority figure. So in your business, in your niche, I would recommend looking around and seeing what people dress like when they are an expert, or is there any sort of common trend between all of the experts or gurus and how they dress on video. And this not only applies to video, I mean, it's awesome if you can do videos, but it also applies to images and photos of yourself as well. Just one good photo of yourself dressed in the same way that the experts are dressed will massively increase your authority status in your niche and your business. The second thing is to be in a teaching position. So just in the same way that I'm teaching you something right now, I'm possibly coming across as some sort of authority figure. And that's only because I'm teaching you something. If you imagine yourself in a classroom full of kids, and if you're getting older, then it may have been a while since you've been in a classroom, but bear with me on this one, right? If you imagine yourself there, then think about the position that you were in, sat at the desk or the table, whereas the teacher was at the front teaching you something. They only had that position of authority because they were teaching you something, right? Same thing applies in your business. Whenever you teach anybody anything, even if it's something very basic, you are in the upper hand in that relationship between yourself and the prospect. You have that authority or expert status, even though you may not even be an expert. All you need to know is one thing that they don't, right? Just one thing that they don't. Teach that to them and automatically you will be in a good position of authority. The third trick that works really well is to share your origin story. And if you're not sure what your origin story is, I would recommend taking a few minutes just to think about this and come up with some ideas about how you can explain the way you got started with your niche or topic. So for example, if you are in the dog training industry, you could share that you once rescued a dog and that dog had a bunch of behavioral issues. It was a nightmare, but then you gradually learned how to train that dog. That is your origin story. In my case, I once started out having zero money whatsoever. I was at university, I was completely broke, I had literally no savings whatsoever, and I had to find a way to make some kind of money just to survive. And I ended up working in Morrisons, which is a grocery store here in the UK, and that is my origin story. I gradually built my online business while at college, while at university, while at my part-time job. That is how I got started, right? And you will have your own story, even if you don't think you do right now. If you really think about it, it may seem a little basic to you or boring, but other people will be interested in that. And by sharing that journey you went through, even if you're at the stage right now where you've just been doing a lot of research about your topic, share that as your story. Say, you know, I was fed up with X, whatever that problem may be, or I wanted to learn more about helping people with Y, whatever that problem may be, once again, and I did a bunch of research to save you the effort of doing that yourself. And that's why I'm creating this blog, or recording a video, or selling you this program, whatever it may be. Share that origin story. That will position yourself as somebody who's been through all of the bad stuff so they don't have to. And that again positions yourself as that position of authority. The fourth thing you can do is to give calls to action to people or instructions. So what I mean by that is whenever I say click the link below this video, or go over to my blog and check out a blog post, or go to YouTube and check out a video on YouTube, or whatever, whenever I'm giving any kind of instruction, that positions me as the authority figure to my prospects, because you are giving a command, and typically people in authority positions give commands, right? So a manager will give commands to his employees or her employees, right? And the same thing applies to your business as well. Whenever you give somebody a call to action, which is just marketing 101, hey, opt in for this piece of free content, or, you know, leave a comment below this video, or whatever it may be, or buy this product of mine, whatever. Whenever you give somebody a call to action, it's automatically not only increasing your profit and your results because of doing that, but also elevating your status with them as well, because they will listen to you giving those calls to action, and they think, hey, this person must be awesome if they're giving me commands or whatever, right? So that's another way of doing it. The fifth and final thing you can do to boost your authority status so you can get better results and make more sales in your online business is to, guess what? Share case studies and results that people have gotten from you, okay? Now, granted, if you're just getting started, if you're a complete beginner or newbie, then you may not have these kind of results available to you, and that's okay. We all start somewhere. I didn't start out with having all of my testimonials and case studies. We all have to build them up one by one, and that's a bit annoying sometimes. So the way around this, a little hack to get around this, is to borrow other people's results. Now, granted, I'm not saying to steal their results and attribute their success to you, right? If that's not the case, don't do it. That's not a good way of doing business. It's unethical to everyone, really. So don't do that. Instead, what I am saying is to say, for example, if you're teaching a certain method and another expert is teaching the same method and they have results, you could say, this is the result that Bob got from using this exact same method. So once again, you're not attributing the success of Jim over there, or Bob, whatever the person's name may be, to you. You're attributing their success to the method that you're teaching, right? Do you see how that works? So once again, do not say that you got Bob those results. You're saying that the method got Bob those results, and that's the same method you are teaching. Right? Just see how that works? Really important. But if you do have the luxury of having your own testimonials or case studies, like myself, I have plenty of video testimonials. I'm very lucky to have gotten some great results from my coaching clients, such as one guy who went from 3 sales in his lifetime of his online business to making over $12,000 last month as I'm recording this video. If you have those style of testimonials or videos, definitely use them, because people will see you as the authority figure when you share them. And if you'd like to discover exactly how I made over $700,000 in high ticket sales, and also how that guy made over $12,000 last month, I strongly recommend you attend the upcoming webinar where I'm going to show you and reveal to you live on screen exactly how I did all of that, right? I'm going to show you all of the techniques I use to sell high priced and premium programs so the customer feels like they've gotten a ton of value and they change their lives every single week going through my programs, and also how you can generally get paid what you're worth as well. So make sure you attend. The space is limited on these live webinars due to the quality of content I put out there. And of course, I'm not going to give a replay either, so don't feel as though you need to register just to get the replay, because there won't be one, right? I like to reward the people who take massive action in their online business. So make sure you attend, and I'll speak to you very soon. And if you're not on the webinar for whatever reason, by the way, if you're not registered, go ahead, click the link below this video just to make sure that you are registered. But if you are registered, then that's cool as well. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.